Hello, let's do the Minute Cryptic for October 6th. Today's clue is by members James and Ollie. Rejected dwarf bashful left plushy toy unfinished. Ooh, rejected sounds like either a definition or a deletion indicator. Rejected dwarf bashful left. Yesterday, left was a deletion indicator, but it can also mean the left side of something, or it can be an L. There's probably other options. Plushy toy unfinished. Unfinished really feels like a finished could be a definition, but it also feels like a deletion indicator, like take the last letter off. We only have 5 letters though, so we got to be careful. Rejected, dwarf, bashful, plushy. Plushy feels like it's fodder to me, like it's not indicating anything. But toy unfinished could be 2. We end in 2 though. If dwarf is an indicator, that could also be a deletion indicator, like just make it shorter. Rejected dwarf bashful. What could mean unfinished? Or rejected? If rejected was our definition, what are we doing with dwarf? Like, are we just taking, are we making bashful shorter, like taking some of the letters from it, but not all? B or BA. So like we could be taking B and then we could be taking L for left. Like left can just be replaced with an L. Plushy toy unfinished. Rejected. We would need rejected to be the definition. Unfinished feels like a deletion. Dwarf. Left plushy could also just be the left side of plushy, the P, but I'm not going to do BP. Toy feels like it could be an anagram indicator, but they're like plushy is already too long, but it could be an unfinished anagram. I've never seen that before. But like if basically saying take a couple letters from plushy, right? Any 2 you'd like. So it would be like BL and then 3 letters from plushy because we're toying with plushy and then unfinishing it. But what would we want? The only thing I can think of is blush, but then it's not even anagramming. And blush doesn't mean rejected. Bashful left plushy. Toy. Okay, I'm gonna need a hint. I don't know why I can't get this, but our indicators are left and unfinished. So dwarf is not an indicator. Plushy toy and unfinished is not our definition. So our definition is rejected or rejected dwarf or rejected dwarf bashful. Left plushy toy unfinished. Toy is not an indicator either. Are we replacing plushy toy with like a stuffed animal, or like what would be a short way to put that? Like a bear? I need more. I'm gonna read the indicator hint just to make sure I understand. All right. Left is a deletion indicator telling us to remove fodder from the other fodder. The other is a selection indicator telling us which part of some fodder to keep. So from rejected dwarf bashful, rejected dwarf bashful is leaving plushy toy. And then we're unfinishing it. And it means, oh, sorry, dwarf bashful. So maybe the B, well, there is no B in plushy toy, but there is a bear as a plushy toy, but we need something longer because unfinished is telling us to, I think, just take the left 5 letters of it. So rejected. Then dwarf bashful. I don't know. I need another hint. What's our fodder? Okay, rejected dwarf. Oh, it's Pluto. I just know the answer because if the definition, I didn't even think about that. If the definition is rejected dwarf, they're talking about how Pluto was removed as a planet and made into a dwarf planet. But why? Okay, so we have PLUTO. Why would we need this part at all? Because like we can just unfinish plushie and toy. Unless unfinished would only remove the Y, in which case bashful left would be removing the SH. Why just the SH though? I'm not sure. The answer is Pluto, and it's right here. I'm going to watch the video so I can understand this, and I'll report back. Okay, so here's the explanation. Bashful, another way of saying bashful is shy. So if we remove shy from plushie, then we get PLU. That's the PLU. And then we unfinish just toy. It's not saying to unfinish both plushie and toy. We're just unfinishing toy, meaning remove the last letter, and that gets TO, and that gives us Pluto, which is a rejected dwarf planet. All right. Well, how'd you do?